Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner, and in the studio with me today is our finest officers from Front Royal Police Department, Captain Cline and Chief Kahle Magalis.
Something.
I keep,
He's been butchering my name for 5 years.
But that's okay. That's why I just say, well, the chief said this and the chief said that,
That's
and
right.
then you can't go wrong with that. Well, today we're going to talk about National Night Out. This is an annual event that comes about every year. I guess that's why we call it an annual event. This year it's on August the 2nd at the gazebo from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we're going to find out a little more about it. So who's going to tell me?
Well, I'll start it off.
Okay,
so,
start it off.
Obviously, National Night Out, it's the first Tuesday in August every year. So, the date may change, but it's always the first Tuesday in August
and
every
this
year.
happens all around the country.
All over the country. National Night Out started back in 1984, and it was a project that was initiated by the National Alliance of Town Watches, and National Night Out was born then. Front Royal Police Department has been participating and putting on National Night Out as an event here in Front Royal for the past 15 years. This is our 15th anniversary of National Night Out
Yes,
for
it
us
is.
here in
That's
Front
great,
Royal.
right.
So, it obviously it has undergone some revisions over the years, and like everything that we try to do at the Front Royal Police Department, it's progressing. We're trying to make it bigger and better.
So tell us, what are we going to expect from this, or what's the ultimate outcome, and why are we doing it?
Well, the purpose of National Night Out is obviously to create that interaction between the community and law enforcement.
Call
And
it what, community
responders.
policing?
Community
Part of it?
policing.
We're
That's
bridging
right.
the relationship.
That's always good.
That's right. That's right.
It's
So
good because we want to see when we always raised our kids, that the police officer was the person you turn to when you have trouble, or don't be afraid of the police. They're your friends. And
well, and that's the purpose of National Night Out is to help build relationships and partnerships between the community and law enforcement and first responders, because the fire department's going to be there as well. I'll let Crystal kind of explain who all's coming,
who's
what's
all
going to be there, and what
are
to
we going to
expect.
see?
So we have a ton of public safety agencies in our area, and we've invited all of them. So we're going to have Warren County Fire and Rescue. We'll have the fire trucks and ambulance down there. We'll have Warren County Sheriff's Office. They'll have a few activities and vehicles down there. We'll have RSW. They'll be a part of it. We have the Army National Guard. I know I'm missing a few.
I think ATF may be trying to come
Yep,
down.
ATF.
So we're
Well,
gonna
it
have
sounds
some-
like they're going to be
canine
recruiting
demos.
some people. They're going to be looking for workers.
But
Probably.
It's all about.
We will be.
Yes, we will.
we will be.
But it's all about public safety agencies coming together, plus our nonprofits. This night is about getting our resources and our information about crime prevention, drug prevention, everything into the hands of the community, and being able to get to know who we are and building that trust factor again.
Right.
Changing the culture, if you
I
would.
think so, because there's a lot of things. We've talked to the sheriff's department, Robbie, your buddy Robbie, that bailed on the police
Bailed on us.
department.
That's right.
But part of that whole community idea of all the things services that the police and the sheriff and our law enforcement community as a whole, they do for the community. We just don't realize of all the services that you do that are in the public safety eye. We always, the crime part, we understand that, and we know the 911 deal, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes on.
Well, and we'll have some of the vendors and booths down there. Again, you'll see nonprofit organizations that are kind of supportive of law enforcement and public safety within our area. I know the drug court's going to have a booth down there. That's one of the projects that, as a community, we've really been trying to move on to the next level, so that we can hopefully within the next year or so make that a reality. And those are the kind of informational outlets that are going to be out there and available for the public to come and interface with and really get some education and understanding about.
And this really is a family fun type activity, and we want kids to show up, right?
No, we have a lot of fun activities for
lot of
kids.
fun.
We
Lots
have a
of
lot
fun
of goodies for them to put in their
Yeah,
bag.
See, they brought
This is
some
a little
goodies right
bit-
here, Mark. Look at this. Look at that. Got a lei right there. What else?
Would you like?
Oh, I need this. Look
Absolutely.
here. I could clip this right here on my pocket. Look at that
Right.
little.
That's right.
Honorary member.
I'm an honorary
Our
police
newest
officer.
junior police officer.
I got that's like a keychain, but that's like something to put your phone on there or something.
Yeah, you can do
This
yeah.
glows in the dark.
It does.
Yeah.
Along with the football. This
Oh
will
yeah,
glow
that's
in
a glow.
Glows in the dark.
all sorts of cool swag, you know. And
But not only that, we'll have the Army National Guard is bringing an inflatable obstacle course. I believe the Warren Coalition is donating a bouncy house.
Right.
We'll have entertainment. We're going to have Raised on Analog as our entertainment again
Right,
this year.
right.
We got a lot of great feedback on the band last
They
year.
did a great job last year. So
it's
so
a
we
fun
brought them-
activity. I know we go.
Yep.
We've been down there, and it just there's a lot of people show up for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like this thing here. This is a little pocket that goes on the back of your phone. But see, it says Front Royal Police. So when you pull your cell phone out, it's got police on it. All of a sudden, oh, they're right. Everybody thinks that you're going to be
It will
working
not
for the
get
police.
you out of a ticket.
Not guaranteed to get you out of a
It's
ticket.
not like that
Not
bumper
guaranteed.
sticker. We support the police department,
right.
and that doesn't work, does it?
That's right.
And then you got some stickers. It's just a lot of cool stuff. There's a pencil. We got a lot of stuff that you're going to be giving out. And you know, kids love the swag, don't they?
You got to try those on.
You're cool.
You look great.
Yeah, is that good?
That makes
Yeah.
all the difference in the world,
It
Mike.
does. It goes with my badge. I noticed they're blue, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, do we have any more of those blue light bulbs left anywhere?
I think we gave them all out.
I go around town and I was surprised at the number of people
I
that
know.
put that
And we
on their
should
porch.
probably do that campaign
It
again.
was cool.
The blue lights on your porch lights, just to say
Right.
that you are in favor of having a
Sure.
relationship with the police.
Right. I
That
still have
idea.
some yard signs.
Yeah.
When you leave here, I'm going to give them to you. About we support.
Oh,
our
yeah,
local-
right.
So I have
Yeah.
a few more of those. I
Oh,
found them
great.
stuck in the warehouse. And
That the blue light idea was kind of born that year because this is we've obviously we've morphed over the years to become the block party that we put on
Right.
now, but obviously during COVID we had to change things up, and it was last year we were back downtown, but the year prior to
before.
that we had
Yeah,
to take it
because of COVID.
we had
On
to
the
take it
road.
on the road.
We
had
took
to
it
make
on
a
the
road
road.
show
was
out
really
of it.
good. So
Yeah, we went all throughout the community and had various stops throughout the community.
Right, I remember
and it
that.
was great. It really was. It was a good way to make it happen when we were all social distancing
Sure,
and getting that done. But, nothing really beats our block
Right.
party downtown
Right,
that we've
right.
kind of built up over the years.
No, we
So-
talked about doing
Yeah.
the parade for one more year because COVID wasn't
Sure,
quite
sure.
over, and people wanted it back downtown.
wanted
Wanted it back
down.
They
downtown.
want it back
Yeah.
there
They
and bringing everybody together.
Yeah, yeah.
people like, we're social creatures, and we
Yeah.
want to get out. Kids love this thing. I know they show up and
Yeah.
they love to collect the swag. But one of the
Right.
best thing is that bounce house. I mean, I've never seen kids
that.
will line up and
Yeah.
go in there and bounce around and just go right back in line.
It
and
gets all
circle.
that energy out.
It
of
is.
That's right.
The parents say, go again. That's what they tell them. Go
Yeah.
again.
That's right. Well, we'll have some canine demonstrations.
Yep.
We'll have the golf cart down there with the original beer goggles.
Yeah.
And one of our driving instructors will be actually taking people so that they kind of
Through the course.
see what it's all about
It's-
there when they're
we
driving,
don't-
and how difficult
good
it is to drive
simulation, isn't
impaired.
it?
So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Have you
that's
done it?
that's one that we really
Maybe
like.
this is the year you're going to do it.
I don't drink.
I challenge. That's okay. You can see what other people are doing.
That's right. It's an education.
It is an
It's an
education.
education.
We don't really realize it. It's like going through the field sobriety test.
Right.
Right.
It's not as easy as it looks. When
Right.
you watch it, you say, "Oh, anybody can do it." I don't, trust me.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to drink, it's difficult sometimes to do that thing. But it's great. But I think these community events that are, the police put on, the sheriff and other organizations, it's great to build up. And you participate with a lot of other organizations as well. And I think this community policing is really what it's all about. I mean, you can't do it by yourself.
No, certainly
Anytime that people think that the police can do everything by themselves is mistaken. I mean, you rely on the community
Absolutely.
to make our police effort work and
Well,
keep
I'll
our
tell you,
community
a lot
safe.
of things have happened in the last few years. You had COVID, you had a lot of things going on across the nation and stuff, and the community and law enforcement have kind of isolated themselves against each other. So it's kind of nice to be able to have this event to kind of bring them back
Mm-hmm.
together because we'll have probably half of our workforce down there for parents, while their
Sure.
kids are on the bouncy house,
Right,
being able
right.
to ask us questions and get to know us, and they might have some thoughts that they want to run by us and stuff, and that's what we're there for,
Sure,
is to
right.
be approachable, come talk to us, and we can get information from them too. Last year, I don't know how many people I talked to, and I had to get my phone out to make notes because a lot of great information came out of that.
Right. Well, we get one national event that happens, and it just puts a bad image on our entire
Sure.
law enforcement agencies around the country. And people will start forming opinion, because one, they don't have all the facts,
Right.
and we want instant gratification on everything. We want like we're so used to TV. We solve the crime in 60 minutes, right?
Right.
The real world doesn't work that way. And
Well, and that's what's so fantastic about this event is because it is just so inclusive.
Right.
Everybody comes. It's not
Them, us.
politically driven or any sort of factions that are
right.
behind anything. It's a
Community
it's a
event.
very inclusive community event. Everybody's welcome, and it's all about creating those relationships.
That's what it's about.
Between the public safety agencies
Sure.
and the communities that we serve.
yeah.
That's what it's all
It's
about.
But
amazing.
Front Royal and Warren County have always supported their law enforcement.
Yeah, we're
I
very
am super
fortunate.
proud to work and live here in
Right.
this community because the community has backed us when all of these events have been happening across the
Right,
nation, and I'm proud to live here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
here.
tough. I mean, we don't. Like I said, I've done some work at the detention center in Fairfax for about 10 years, and working on the inside, you see a lot of things and you get a whole other perspective on what happens in the real world. And so we're so isolated as citizens, of the county or the community. We really don't see. We deal with the 98% of the people that comply.
Right,
Right.
You deal with the 2% of the population that don't comply.
Right.
And so it's a completely different audience. And it's good, I think, for us to get together and see people as people.
Right.
I'm your neighbor, right?
Right.
I mean, and so I think it's great. I think it's a good idea, and I'll wear my badge, and
With
I want
honor.
to see if that gets me anything. I'm gonna.
we expect to see that on you down there
Yeah,
on
yeah.
August 2nd.
It's great. So it's August the 2nd at the gazebo. It starts at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And just it'd still be daylight about 8:30 or 8:45. So
Yeah.
it'll be great. It's a good time.
We have food. They can come
Oh,
down for
well,
dinner.
there we go.
Yeah, the food vendors down there.
Yep.
So come on down.
It's and again, you mentioned calling it a block party. I mean, I've been advocating that for years that
Yeah.
we need to have more block parties. Just pull up an area of your community and
Invite us.
Invite
That's
us.
right.
Well, I told this to the sheriff, but he probably won't watch this. So I want to tell you my idea, and that was we need to get a trailer, put on it Front Royal Police Department block party. Rent me or call me and schedule it, and put some tables and chairs and
Right.
some traffic cones, and say you want to have a block party. We're going to come over and set it up for you, and put the cones out and block that street for an evening.
As long as they grill the food.
Well, yeah, you got to be invited.
right, that's
I mean,
right.
you got to be invited. I mean, that's just a given. But don't you think block parties
Block
would
parties
do a
are
lot?
great.
It'd do a lot for. It'd be a lot for our
Well, I
policing
mean, we
effort,
just
huh?
had a very successful one when the town
With George Banks.
George Banks
Yes,
Boulevard when
that
they
was a block
renamed the
party.
street.
Yes.
And Cornelia and some of the
Sure.
folks up there put kind of organized
Sure.
this block party for that street renaming.
Yeah, and it went over
and it
great.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
there were lots of people. It was hot, but there were a ton of
They
people
showed
out
up
there
with-
having a great time.
It's funny. They start putting the tents up and says, we got to get more tents. Need some more tents. So they put up a lot of tents,
Right.
but
Yep.
it's great. But people came out and
It was
they
a great
support
day.
events like that. And
Yeah.
I think we should be doing more. We should be known as a block party community. I think it'll do a long way of making all our jobs easier. I
Right,
think.
you hear about those community development block grants.
Right.
We need to figure out how to get community development block party grants.
That's right.
Yes.
I think we
We
should
can get
do
them
that.
funded.
Right,
That's right.
right.
I'll donate some tables and chairs. I got plenty. We'll do
be
that. I
great.
think we should get started on it.
So yeah,
So we're going over to your house and
sure.
on your block, right? So that's great. I think we should do it. But we're going to have one on next Tuesday.
That's right.
Yes, we are.
Or
August
actually,
2nd.
No, not
2
next.
weeks Tuesday.
2 weeks.
2
Yeah.
weeks from now. It's 2
2
weeks
weeks.
from tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it'll be August the
Second.
2nd.
We
It's a
got-
Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month, 6 to 9 at the gazebo. In
I
town.
hope to see everybody there.
I know you'll be there.
Yes.
You can. She's
Not
going to set
tomorrow,
up a
next
photo
Tuesday.
booth
Next Tuesday.
so that you can get there and have your picture taken with Captain Cline.
We do have a photo booth opportunity with the kids with a little patrol car.
Oh,
So, yeah,
Maybe you could squeeze in there and.
I will try.
Thanks
try.
again.
Are you going to squeeze in there?
It would need to be more than a tiny car. So
My challenge is the drunk goggles for them.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do
Yeah.
that.
yeah, and you want it on video.
Yes, I
Yes.
do. I will be on the other side of the video camera. I got you.
All right,
There's
you hear
not
that,
much.
Mark?
There's not much difference between that golf cart and your car.
That's true.
The size,
Right.
size is about the same.
That's true. And they're ragging on my little smart car. I know it. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, thanks again, guys.
Yes,
I really
thank you for
appreciate it. And we
having
will
us.
see you on the 2nd.
Yes.
All right?
See you
Thanks,
then. Thank you.